So I was spending a lot of time talking to myself or talking to other people and not being heard or not being listened to. So I thought YouTube would be an ideal place for a chat. Hi and welcome back to the channel. If you are new, I'm Nathan from Lewis Garden Services based down in sunny South Wales. Now maybe 2.5, 3 years ago I uploaded my first video to YouTube and well, it was nothing special. It was just a Facebook post that I put together for my business page and I re-uploaded it to YouTube, and it was just a job that I'd done 1,000 times. Not the same job, but all very similar. Just a garden that had been overgrown and I was went in there to clear it and get it tidy. I was never real big into the social media, so what pushed me into doing a YouTube channel? I say pushed me, a couple of things happened. There was COVID and there was a conversation with one of my best friends. Now the COVID situation was fairly simple to understand. We had less time to do the things that we normally did. We were restricted in what we were able to do. So I had more time to do things. The second one, however, my friend Matthew, is a different matter. Now Matthew is the type of guy that can turn his hand to anything. Fix anything, make anything, no worries. And I've been on loads of trips with him where we've gone to collect what I've thought is a load of junk. And quite easily, without any fuss, he's got it fixed, he's got it working, he's used it, or he's sold it on. Now, I told him he needed a YouTube channel, but he wasn't so keen, and he suggested maybe I should do one. And I was like, nobody's going to want to see me cutting grass, doing gardens, doing whatever I do. They want to see something like you. Turn your hand to anything, fix a tractor, fix that, make this. But that is how it started for me. He wouldn't do one, so I said I would do one. I don't know why, but I actually did. Along the way, I found out that there are good and bad points to having a YouTube channel and being a so-called content creator. The effort it takes to regularly upload and plan videos and find time to film and edit is often overlooked, I think. It's one of those things where people think, yeah, just film something and chuck it up. It doesn't happen. It does take a lot of effort. I think one of the hardest things I found is not to get emotionally kind of attached to videos and content that you've done because you think, this is good, I'm proud of this, I put effort into this, I put time into this, I worked hard on the edit, and then it bombs, it does nothing. Then randomly, a video will do well, and that'll like restore your faith in what you're doing and keep you going. The whole thing, in fact, I've found can be quite addictive. You get looking at your stats, who's watching, when are they watching, do you mean where are your viewers from, what part of the video did well, what part of the video didn't do well. There's the initial goals as well of YouTube, which I think most people strive towards, which is the 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, which then entitles you to be entered into the YouTube partner program, and you can start earning money from the revenue from ads and the money you make from YouTube. Now let me tell you, there are channels undoubtedly that do well on YouTube. They can give up the work they were doing and they solely concentrate on making content. For me, however, the time and effort I've put into YouTube, if I'd gone to work, I could have earned 100 times, easily 100 times what I've earned from YouTube. But there are certain things that going to work and earning the money wouldn't have provided me. I'd say the main thing is fun. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a real kind of getaway from the norm for me to be able to put a tool down and press record on the camera and then come home and just switch off and edit the video and just see the things I've done and the things I've achieved and how kit's working, how kit's not working. All those things that I take for granted, I've got now on video and I'm able to share with other people. And other people is what make the channel, I think, really work. People take the time to watch, but they also take the time to comment, and they tell you that they agree with what I'm doing, they disagree with what I'm doing. What I'm doing is great. They got better ways of doing it. The comment section is amazing. And the community of people that you do kind of get to know through the comments, the people who are in the same trade or other trades, or people with no interest in the work that you're doing but might just have a rapport with what you're saying. There's no getting away from the fact that the comments and the community I find are the best thing. Now, luckily for me as well, I've been approached by a few manufacturers and they've said, Nath, would you like to try this bit of kit or that bit of kit and we can send you this, do a little video on it and let people who follow you and watch your channel and see what you get up to, let them know what you think. And I've done it, it's been great. I would never have thought at the beginning that anybody would have sent me anything. Do I take it seriously? Yeah, I do. And I do because I've committed to doing it. I'm enjoying doing it. And while those two things still go hand in hand, then I'll keep the channel going. I'll keep filming, I'll keep pressing record, and I'll keep editing videos. But saying that, Every time someone has spoken to me in the real world, whether they're a customer, a friend, or someone who I've just met along the way, and they said, hey, we've seen you on YouTube, I've always laughed it off, I've always brushed it off, and I've always said something along the lines of, oh, you haven't been watching that daft stuff, have you? And I think it's time for me to move on from that, because let me tell you what happened and what someone said to me just a couple of weeks ago. Now, I went out for a Christmas drink with a couple of friends. Two of them said, we've seen you on YouTube. And the first one, I was like, yeah, brushed it off. Yeah, just a bit of fun. And the second friend, my second friend to me said, Nath, nobody who has ever made anything of themselves or got anywhere in life will ever take the mick out of you for what you're doing. They know the difficulties, the time and the effort it takes to succeed at something. So just by having a go and doing what you're doing, you've already succeeded. And that's where a lot of people fail, because they won't even give it a go. So I decided from that day that as long as I was enjoying the process, had something to say, had the time to film and things to film and time to edit and put videos together, that I would take it more seriously. And that the next time someone come up to me and said, Nath, we've seen you on YouTube, I wouldn't brush it off as some daft thing that I'm doing. I would say, oh, Tidy, what did you think of it? And I would get some feedback on it. So when I say I'd like to be more serious about YouTube and the channel, I'd like it to grow with you and like-minded people and just be able to offer advice and kind of enjoy the comments and meet up with people and go and see different tools and manufacturers and events and take the time to do that rather than saying no to things because I've got work to do, or not taking the time to film things because I've got work to do, because everyone has work to do. At the end of the day, that's kind of what most of us have to do. And if we can enjoy it along the way, that's fine. And if it involves taking a GoPro, just have that opportunity to say yes to things that come along. Because otherwise, 20 years, 30 years, 5 years, next year, who knows? I'll drop dead in someone's garden and I would have done nothing except work. But who'll know? Who'll know the jobs I'd done and the advice I had in my head and stuff like that that I just could have helped and given that along to other people. So that's what I mean by being more serious. Now, if anybody watching this is thinking about starting their own YouTube channel, if you've got something you're passionate about, if you've got something to say, if you've got something to show, then I would definitely say do it. But be aware that the struggle is real. YouTube can be hard work. The time that most creators put into content is vastly overlooked, I think. But it's definitely worth it. Put yourself out there. Be brave, be yourself, be true to what you want to get across, and just be honest with people. They'll see through everything else. And it might just take you one video, it might take you 1,000 videos to get to where you want to be with your channel, but just keep putting content out there, keep pushing it, keep going along. I think more importantly, do the things that make you happy, and you'll get there in the end. Right, I just want to finish by thanking everybody who has been supporting the channel for the couple of years it's been running. Whether you've been a subscriber from the beginning or just drop in now and again, thank you very much for putting up with my very varied content. Thanks to Matthew for pushing me into doing a YouTube channel. That's about it. Cheers for checking in, and I will catch you on the next one.